Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So on this bit of a video I thought I'd do a bit of a comparison, or at least a look around these two little fellas. So we have the Kombat tactical multi-tool and the Victorinox S.A.K. This is the Huntsman model. They both are similar in their tool capacity, so I thought it'd be an interesting comparison, what you actually get for your money, and is it worth the price difference between these two. Let's have a look. Welcome back. So before we start, as you guys and lasses know, I'm a big advocate of carrying an S.A.K as part of your EDC carry, especially over here in the UK with our ridiculous knife laws being what they are. Obviously the models that are supplied with a blade that is less than 3 inches in length, non-locking. Obviously this one is the camping model. I've had this for getting on for 20 years now, and I do literally carry it every day, to include at work, you know, opening packaging etc at work, as well as carrying it up in the woods or when I go hiking. I've made one or two little modifications to this one over the years. I've created my own mini ferro rod that's in place of the toothpick, which I feel I can carve from a piece of willow anyway, so I think the space is better utilised for something that doesn't come as standard. I also have on this little S.A.K a bit of my Mad Dog fire wick fire tinder wrapped around the corkscrew there, so I've got some emergency tinder that I can ignite with my little ferro rod there. So nothing major as regards mods. Obviously a guitar pick there as well, which I'll probably cover at another time. So let's get into the two knives themselves, the two comparators you might say. We'll have a look around the pros and cons. I won't go into the full rundown of the S.A.K because we all know what the performance of these little fellas is, but I will do one or two sort of equivalents you might say, which I feel are the most important bushcraft or survival type of applications. So let's have a look. Okay, both of these are brand new. I've bought this Kombat tactical myself, really just to show you guys and lasses what you get for your money. Nice camo scales, which whilst they look cool and tactical and all the rest of it, I find is a disadvantage up the woods, because you drop this in the leaf litter and it just makes it harder to find. The Victorinox, again this one being the Huntsman model, is a translucent blue in this case. My good lady Mrs Mad Dog bought me this as a present not so long ago. That's what you get scale wise. So we're going to look at the Kombat tactical first, because I believe I want to make the point of why the price points are so different on these two tools. Okay, the actual tools on this Kombat tactical multi-tool, start with the obvious, the blade. So we flip that open. They're all very similar to the S.A.K. However, the quality on all of these tools are very different. So off the offset, I won't say the locking mechanism, but the retaining mechanism, it's a lot weaker than the S.A.K. So literally it takes, and look at that, you see the movement there from the offset in the joint. That's not very good at all. So if you're doing any substantial carving, I won't say heavy carving, because again every tool should be used within its design parameters, that doesn't even stay back properly. That at some point may bite and close up against your fingers. So for me, off the offset, not very good at all. I'm just going to show you the negatives. Another reason I choose an S.A.K is because of the saw. This one does have a saw. The teeth don't feel very aggressive at all. I wouldn't do that with an S.A.K. And also I've noticed the spine, quite rounded, quite smooth, but we'll see how it performs. I'll show it the ferro rod, see whether we can strike it. But off the bat, the blade itself, the rest of the tools, you get the, you know, the posi driver there, which the actual end of is very rounded, very smooth, and we'll try it on a screw, but I think you're going to end up rounding the screw head off with that. Do excuse the wind, it is windy, gusty day today. We have what I believe should be an awl. Look at the fit and finish on that. It is absolutely poorly finished, smooth. You're not cutting anything with that. You're certainly not striking a ferro rod with it. I'm not sure what you're going to use that for. Maybe flicking pebbles out your boot. Something like that, I really don't know. What else we got in here? A hoof gouge and file. The file is nearly smooth. There is no, you're not even filing your fingernails with that. And a threading eye there for a needle, and again the tip of which, if my camera will focus, is as smooth as a penguin's eyeball. You're not penetrating anything with that. Not very good at all. Obviously you've got the corkscrew. I mean, even the end of that's quite blunt, but anyway. And then on this side we have a tin opener with a bit of a beer top bottle opener there. On this side we have a can opener and what should be a flat bladed screwdriver, but again, look how rounded that is. That's just going to round the head off any screw, in my opinion, causing you more grief. We have supposedly a pair of scissors, which, I mean, okay, you might be able to clip your nails with that, maybe not, maybe just. We'll have a fish descaler, which again, the back of it is also smooth, so you're not striking a ferrocerium rod. The saw, we'll have a go with that in a minute, but again, quite loose, poorly fitted. I'm not sure how successful this will be, so it's not very aggressive at all. And the one blade, which also feels quite dull from the offset, but we'll show it a few tasks and we'll see how it actually performs. Okay, we'll start with a bit of simple slicing on this piece of old pallet wood here. Again, this is the Kombat Tactical. Nothing major. It really is struggling to bite into this, to be honest. Oh, crikey me. Look at that. That is literally, as I've done this, and this is brand new out of the box, just folded backwards on me the other way. The blade has actually gone between the scale and the mechanics. That's terrible. So it's actually slipped off the backstop. Wow. Not fit for purpose at all. So I'm going to squeeze that together and go again. Crikey me. Hope you've all got a good first aid kit to hand if you've got one of these. No, that is abysmal. And I've literally taken this just out of the box. I'll show you here, I've done nothing to this. This is brand new. Absolutely outrageous. So that's definitely, look at that. That's definitely a fail. Just comparing that to the new S.A.K here, you can see and hear how that locks up, and that's shaving sharp out the box. So same piece of wood, no problem with that whatsoever. That's to be expected, no problem at all. Nice fine curls for the girls, nice fine feather sticking. Okay, right, back to the Kombat Tactical. Really? Crikey me, I wouldn't want to go into combat with this. Anyway, right, the saw, let's have a go at that. I mean, you can snap this around your knee, but we'll go with what we've got. And this wood is quite damp, although it's hard. It's struggling to cut through. It's clogging. The kerf is getting clogged up straight away. I'm struggling actually to cut through this cleanly without having to resort into just snapping it. Wow. Just for comparison, we will use the same bit of wood, the S.A.K saw. Absolutely worlds apart. And like I say, this is damp wood, although it is a harder piece of wood. Not very good at all. Okay, bring on a ferrocerium rod and the saw, which incidentally doesn't sit square. You know, it's not a nicely made thing. So will the spine of this throw sparks? I can't press too hard because it will fold up on my hands, with it already having a lead into that position and not setting back nicely. This is terrible. Nope. And I am pressing properly on this. No sparks. So again, we'll bring on the S.A.K. Hold my little guitar pick there. Effortless. And that again is straight out the box. I've done nothing to this other than add my my guitar pick. Absolutely spot on. I mean, when you look at things like the tweezers on the S.A.K, I have used mine quite a lot for, you know, for ticks, little splinters, thorns, that type of thing. They're nicely finished. They're only small and they are fiddly, but they're nicely made, nice sprung steel, and they're nicely finished. If I then bring on the Kombat Tactical and bring theirs out, oops, that's the toothpick, which is also flimsy and rubbish. This is their, you can see the ends there, totally unfinished, poorly finished, burrs. The edges aren't square. In fact, this one's actually bent and crimped on the edges. And the spring, if you like, is as weak as hell. So I don't think you're going to get anything at. They don't even meet level when you close. If this will pick up, they don't even meet square. So you're not getting anything out of you with that. Complete waste of time. Shocking, really. Okay, back to the blade on the Kombat Tactical and a piece of 550 paracord, which I'm going to struggle to cut through because it wants to fold both ways on me now. And it's, oh yeah, just, it sort of hacks its way through that. Crikey me. And as we all know, the blade on the S.A.K is absolutely spot on. Straight through and effortless performance. So I think this is enough showing this, to be honest. I think this pretty much says it all. You're paying for something that looks cool. It's gimmickry. I believe it's made in China but sold over here as the UK brand Kombat Tactical, whereas these are made, I still believe, are they Swiss made in Sweden, Switzerland, sorry, made in Switzerland. So yeah, not China. But we get onto the horrible bit, which is price. Two brand new knives. This one was £23. This one was, I believe, around 11. So pretty much that is double the price of that. This one, I know through past experience, and my recent one has lasted me 20 years faultlessly. Yes, I've had to sharpen the blade, strop it a little, but it's still more than usable. And I do use it a lot. I literally do use it most days. The Kombat Tactical, on the other hand, I would save me £10, me £11, put the other 11 or 12 to it, and buy something that is not a waste of space in your pocket, because when you need it to work. This is okay maybe to chuck in the bottom of your rucksack in your breakdown kit for your car, because something's better than nothing. But honestly, I would not waste my money. You genuinely do get what you pay for when it comes to this type of thing. Just quickly before I close, I've got a bit of a, let's see here, get this out, bit of a screw and a piece of wood, flat bladed screwdriver on the Kombat Tactical. And oh, the trouble is with this, it doesn't want to stay in the slot. It slips and slides. It's going to damage the head. Guys and girls, don't waste your time with this thing. Big thumbs down from me. But it does also give me the opportunity to say, if you're going to have an EDC multi-tool that's not a Leatherman, you want an S.A.K, buy an S.A.K. Don't waste your time, money and effort on these cheap Chinese copy knockoffs, no matter how cool the packaging looks. You know, look at that, oh yeah, they're good. And the camo green, which for me is a negative. You drop this in the leaf litter, you're going to struggle to find it. Not probably really much of a comparison, you might say, because I don't think there is a comparison. The worlds apart. That's just my opinion, my take on it. You spend your money on what you want, it's your choice. I'm just doing this honestly and truthfully, and I have owned this one at least. I've had them for many years prior to this, but this one I currently own for around 20 years now. So to me, that's good value for money. You have this and get a year out of it, it's not as good value as this one that was twice as much. And this one does work. So anyway, just my take on things. Kombat Tactical, big fail. Don't waste your time and money. Till next time, take care of each other. Hope you find some of this useful, if not entertaining. I'll see you all soon. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!